Saw him the first day of camp.
You saw him you heard him,
Heard him.
the first day of camp. And that's been a big question, right? And this whole Jalen Carter thing that a lot of us were discussing, we had wondered, why is he not playing, D-Mac? Remember we had those discussions?
Absolutely.
Like, why is he not playing? Well, John Scott Jr. kind of gave us an update on his development, right?
Yes, he did.
This is noteworthy. Give this a listen.
Saw his first game action before the bye. What was your takeaway, and just how valuable was the extra week of kind of looking back on it?
Well, I think for a young player like Brodric, anytime you get experience, especially on that stage in an NFL game, that's always really, really good. There's some positive and negatives that come with that. There's some things that Brod would tell you as well that he's got to improve, continue to work, and continue to improve upon to be the type of player that he wants to be in this league. This is a definite grown man league, and you have to play like a grown man inside. And those are things that he's coming and he's continued to work, and he's made some strides. But like every player, you got to continue to make strides, and you got to continue to put that work in to get to where you want to be. And that's what he's doing. The guy comes to work every day. He practices hard. He gets extra afterwards, and it'll come with time. That it's one of those things. It's muscle memory, man. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. So we'll continue to work with this player.
We saw it with James Houston last.
And the reason I brought that up, and the reason I wanted to discuss this topic as a whole, is because you guys know, here's where I'm different. Like if I catch myself slipping and I make a mistake, I'll tell you that I made a mistake. And D-Mac, I'll step up here right now. When in his comments where he talked about this is a grown man's league, and this is why I like having you here, because I often do this to you and say, you got to check me on this one. You see the size, right? 6'5", 330. Well, we'll plug him in there and go to work. But what was the word on him? He's not a finished product, all of that stuff. Brad Holmes likes the frame of the house. And D-Mac, look, I'm not saying that I expected him to come in here and have 8 sacks or be a run stuffer or anything like that. I slept on that fact a little bit, D-Mac, where as kind of a rough project, I expected too much. And I'll raise my hand and say I was wrong about that.
No, you expected too much too soon.